Okay, so back with the '08 Renegade 800. So I'm doing the timing, and these things are known for the timing chain issues, the timing chain guides getting all worn out and the chains getting all stretched. Well, this is basically what happens. Well, what happened to mine? I got this thing used, so the little metal thing in there on the end of that tensioner typically sits right there on that little indentation there. Well, the front cylinder was honestly not bad. I mean, that chain guide looks like it's still able to be used, but I got some coming from the Can-Am parts guy. So, front cylinder was good. Rear cylinder, that's what it looks like. So see the difference? That's the difference. If it'll focus on that. Yeah. You can see it. So the chain, instead of riding on the slider and then the tensioner pushing on the slider, the chain just started eating the tensioner. Totally chewing it up. So this thing was so far out, it was probably 2 or 3 threads away from popping out. If that happened, it would have just sent it up towards the valve train, and the chain would have been flopping around, and yeah, the engine probably just would have went kaboom. So, and it is a mother to get that out. Some guy said he had to hacksaw his off, but you don't gotta do that. Just take the big nut off. That'll release the spring. Take the 2 little 8 mils out, and when you pull it out, you can hold down on the tensioner with your finger, and then you can spin the outside portion clockwise, and that will suck the tensioner back into it, making it shorter, and then you can wiggle it out. That's what I did. No cutting necessary. So yeah, that's not that huge of a deal. This chain guide's kind of flopping around. I gotta check that. I don't think these ones were really worn. Let's see. No, that's pretty good. It's awfully floppy, that's for sure. Oh, I see plastic down in there. There's definitely plastic down in there. Right on that ledge down there, you can see it. Yeah, right there in the middle of the frame. So let's see this side. I don't think this side was that floppy. Oh yeah, I guess they're both equally floppy. But if those ones wear out, you got to be taking this head off. And you might, I can't see anything getting in the way of taking this head off, but there's no way. You can get these bolts out here, but the other bolts you kind of just SOL because the frame is in the way. Honestly, I think they should make these threaded up here with a really good structural bracing, so then you can unbolt this center section, pop it out like a backbone. Would be a really good idea, but they need to ensure this thing's coming back to the shop somehow. But yeah, so definitely check your Renegades, Outlanders, gee, what else? Mavericks, Commanders, I don't know. Whatever takes these vtwins, the early ones, the later. The newer models don't have that issue. I don't believe they got the updated sliders, but these older models, that's what happens. Honestly, I'm gonna grab my little grabber over here and get that little chunk of plastic right now. Let go of that. Freaking magnets trying to grab everything. Oh, I just knocked it out. I didn't even grab it. I ended up knocking it down. It fell out somewhere down there. I'll find it later. A little piece. Oh, there it is right there. Look at that. That's part of that tensioner. That's a nice gob of plastic. That didn't end up down in my filter, thankfully. The screen that I showed in my other video how to rinse out. If you have not watched that, that'd probably be a good one to watch, because you can stick a hose right in that hole and flush the screen out, and you don't gotta split your case. You don't gotta take the screen out. Doing all that would probably be better, but if you don't want to be yanking your engine out and basically doing a top to bottom rebuild on it, then that's probably your better route. So, oh man, look at that. Look at that nastiness. That sludge in there. How would that even get there? Oh yes, I know how. Right there. Yeah, this guy treated this machine real good. Look at all that mud in that breather channel. Good thing it's separated by a good portion of metal. But anyhow, yeah, check your sliders. I got a bunch of new parts coming. All new sliders and chains. Chains, sliders. I'm not doing the back one, I'm doing the bottom guide. Tensioners. Even though this one's still good, I'm going to still replace it because I got new ones coming. But yeah, definitely check those. You let that go too long, you're going to have an explosion.